Hello guys, welcome to another YouTube video. I'm your host Caveman PRDR, and today we're going to be reviewing a playlist for Halo Infinite. The Squad Battle Halo Infinite playlist is now available to play. Basically, think the current iteration of BTB and Halo Infinite being a 12v12 playlist, miniaturing it down back to 8v8, kind of more of the traditional BTB style. Right now, the game's maps and modes feature community-made Halo 3 big team battle maps, Rat's Nest, Valhalla, and Last Resort. There are game modes including One Flag, Slayer, King of the Hill, 3 cap CTF, and 5 cap CTF for certain maps. I think this is a solid foundation for this playlist that starts on. I'm going to go over some of the good and bad things about it. I think these things that I've mentioned before already are a couple of the good things. I think the weapon pickups are even pretty decent. Um, I don't really feel like there's too much imbalance with the weapon pickups that are available on these. There are set vehicle spawns, so it means that there's not random vehicle spawns that come in that are unbalanced like the Pelican drops in normal BTB. This is just classic BTB settings. So the vehicles that are there are on a respawn timer in BTB. So like traditional BTB has. So with that being said, those are the good things that I wanted to note. Now I wanted to note some of the negative things, including the one most glaring thing is the fact that you still start with ARs and sidearms, as is tradition for the social playlist, I guess. Personally, I don't like this at all. The big team battle maps, these maps, when you start off with two CQC weapons, it makes it for a less fun and less engaging experience. I think if I have a BR, I can have more opportunity to shoot at people, which gives me more opportunity to demonstrate my skill, and it gives me an opportunity to fight people who may also be fairly well versed in using the BR as well, and allows for more engagements because there's more distance that you can cover. You can cover the full availability of the ranges for medium range, and you can even kind of go into short, long range distance fighting. I feel like having the BR to start as the starting weapon should be the way to go. The BR, I could settle for the bandit rifle to make it a better experience, but I think ultimately the BR should be the way to go. It gives you a better having a BR gives you a better chance to impact an objective that is further away than what you could have with a CQC weapon. For example, if the enemy team's trying to capture a hill, maybe it would be easier for me to put in a few pot shots into people that are running into the hill versus just starting with an assault rifle and a CQC weapon where I can't hit anyone from 40 meters or further away. It's not very fun. I think it makes for a more engaging experience and therefore more fun when you start with the BR. But also having BRs or DMRs to start, I think it also helps combat any spawn killing, or it does help combat spawn killing because whenever you spawn with these weapons, you at least have a precision weapon that can handle medium range distance to shorter long range distance, and it gives you at least a fair chance to break out of that spawn kill or out of a bad position that you're stuck in that someone may have you trapped in. It at least gives you a chance to fight back. But if let's say someone has a BR wall drop and they have that position controlled and they have you spawn killed, you starting with the AR and a sidearm, it's not going to do much to protect you. So I I don't like that this is still how they choose to go about the social playlist. I wish they would consider changing that at least for squad battle, because squad battle has a lot of potential. And the next thing I wanted to talk about that was a negative was the vehicle imbalances. Specifically, Ghost and Wasps have a good bit more. They have a good bit higher health bars than IMO that they should. I think the Wasp in general is just a little bit harder to hit. The Ghost, I think both of those you honestly don't you don't stand too much of a fair chance to fight them without using utility, and I think that's really unfortunate. I think it should be a little bit easier to kill those. The Banshee is entirely too weak in my opinion. Its health bar is way too low. I know in previous iterations it was super strong and remarkably overpowered. I think they could bump up its health a little bit and maybe help out with its hit registration. I think the Banshee is entirely too weak for what it's supposed to be. And the Warthogs, I've been seeing where people say that the Warthog feels a little bit lighter than it should be. It doesn't feel like a heavier four-wheeled vehicle like it does in previous iterations of the game, and I think I would have to agree with that. I think how the Warthog handles isn't quite necessarily how it should be. I think they need to have a vehicle balance pass as well. So really, the issues I have with Squad Battle are mainly just issues with the Halo Infinite sandbox in general, and these are things they can easily fix, I feel like. So let's get these going, and let's make this playlist a potentially awesome playlist, because there's passion in people in the Forge community. They want to make maps. I think you could have a solid variety of BTD maps made from previous Halos, or maybe even new community-made maps being put into this playlist. I think this playlist has the potential to become the premier playlist to play in Halo Infinite, but right now it's just lacking. Right now it's kind of this half-assed chili. Like it's got the meat and it's got the beans, and the seasoning could be a little bit better. It needs onions. It doesn't have tomatoes. It's it has potential, but it just isn't there yet. Especially for me to want to grind it and play it. So I'm personally not going to be grinding this playlist, but I do want to keep an eye on it. I think it has, like I said before, I think it has potential. And if some of these things are changed, especially the BR start potential change, if that was to come to fruition and become one of the starting weapons in squad battles, you could see me do more content on this game. But for the meanwhile, I don't see myself playing it right now. Squad battle, just out of the gate without any updates so far, I give it a 6 out of 10. There's a fun time to be had, but the experience just isn't there for me like it was in previous Halo iterations. So that's going to be it for the review. I've got gameplay coming up. If you want to stick around to watch it, I suggest you do. If not, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.
Power weapons inbound. Enemy flags in Allied hands. Killing frenzy. Power weapons have arrived.
In my sights.
They've taken off. Perfect. Victory!